I am Jephthah, son of Gilead, a name spoken in whispers, a name that carries a weight far beyond its syllables. The darkness of night draped over the land of Gilead, when my fate was sealed in the flames of an oath that would change my life forever. I stand at the edge of the precipice of my memories, ready to reveal the inner turmoil that turned my life into a tragedy steeped in misguided devotion. The air was thick with tension, a foreboding cloud as I gathered the valor to confront the Ammonite army. They stood poised to lay siege to our land, demanding tribute, taunting us with threats that ignited a fire within my chest. I was an outcast, born of a harlot, banished by my half-brothers, but with the weight of this imminent war, they turned to me for deliverance. An irony that set my heart racing with equal parts anger and anticipation. In my soul, I felt the pulse of my ancestors, of their struggles, of their cries for a savior. And so, I carved my promise into the night, a desperate vow to the Lord. If you deliver the Ammonites into my hand, I will offer whatever comes out of my house to meet me as a burnt offering. I uttered the words, each syllable heavy with consequence, unaware of the full price I would pay. Victory did not elude me. We thrived on the battlefield, the very ground soaked with the blood of our enemies, cries of triumph echoing through the hills. But as I made my way home, a chill crept into my heart, a shadow of dread for what awaited me beyond those doors. My feet faltered as the sun dipped low, casting elongated shadows that danced like phantoms around me. And then I saw her, a burst of innocence and joy, my beloved daughter, the light of my life, rushing out to greet me with tambourines, her laughter a melody I cherished in my heart. She knew nothing of the vow, nothing of the sacrifice. And in that moment, as I beheld her beauty and shining spirit, the realization struck me like a dagger through my soul. "Father," she called, joyously unaware that the echoes of war had morphed into a personal thunderstorm that threatened to engulf us both. "The Lord has delivered our enemies. You are home." Yet the elation in her eyes began to cloud over as she drew closer, sensing the weight of my countenance. Would I reveal the truth? Would I break her heart as mine shattered beneath the burden of my folly? My voice trembled, words wrapped in sorrow, a deadly confession tangled with love. "Alas, my daughter, my vow to the Lord cannot be undone. You shall be the offering." Her laughter died in her throat, replaced by an anguished silence that echoed louder than the battle cries which had once spurred me on. In that instant, the vibrant colors of my joy transformed into a palette of despair, as if the world around me morphed into shades of gray. My daughter, the embodiment of my hopes and dreams, stood frozen, her eyes searching mine for understanding, for reassurance that the words spilling from my lips were a cruel jest. "Father, please," she whispered, the tremor of her voice slicing through the thick cloak of darkness encasing my heart. "Is there no other way?" In that moment, her innocence clashed violently with the chains of my sworn oath, an eternal reminder of the weight of my choices. I longed to take back that vow, to erase the moment of passion-driven folly, but the fabric of fate had already woven our destinies into a tragic tapestry. "I did not foresee that this moment would come upon me so soon," I admitted, my voice barely escaping my lips. "Life is filled with choices, some made in the fervor of desperation, others born of neglect. I have led my people to victory, but at what cost?" Tears streamed silently down her cheeks, each drop a reflection of the dreams we would never share. Her laughter would no longer fill my home, her bright spirit extinguished by the flames I had promised. "Allow me but 2 months," she begged, a flicker of hope igniting within her. "Let me wander the hills, for I must mourn the life that might have been. I must say goodbye to my friends, to my future." I nodded, though the weight of sorrow bore down upon me like a crushing stone. "Go, dear daughter," I whispered, and as she turned away, a part of my own heart shattered alongside her. In those 2 months, I watched as she danced between the trees, her spirit a wildflower trying to flourish amid the darkness. Each day became a cruel reminder, a constant torment of regret as I prepared for the inevitable. When the time came, I discovered an anguished resolve within myself. There, beneath the ashes of my oath, lay the embers of understanding. Vowing to honor her memory, I realized that sacrifice could take many forms. I stepped forward, a broken hero amid the rubble of my decisions. "I shall live my life in her name," I vowed, clutching the earth beneath me, not merely as an offering fulfilled, but as a testament to the beauty she brought into this flawed existence. As the flames reached for the heavens, I grasped that while some vows demand sacrifices, others beckon forth an awakening, a call to cherish life, to honor love through the scars of the past. In accepting my failure, I embraced the possibility of redemption. In turning my anguish outward, I could transform tragedy into legacy, weaving a new narrative that transcended blood. My daughter would not be forgotten. Instead, she would become the heart of my renewed mission, guiding my path as I navigated the turbulent waters of life, teaching those who would listen that love is eternal, living on within the acts of kindness we bestow upon the world. As the smoke billowed above us, I felt her spirit envelop me, whispering promises of hope, a promise of remembrance that would resonate far beyond the realm of my choices.